So yesterday I was looking at Pia Mia. I at first when I first saw her songs, I think I found it on the Instagram page that I've been following. One that posts about a lot of different ones helps kind of remind me of who there is. I have come across her songs a couple of times, but in it, I guess my first impressions of her was always that she looks like fake. Like there's a lot of fakeness about her look and her image, and therefore I guess I first of all thought that she was like kind of like a fake version of me. Like if you wanted to make a song that looks like you're talking about me but really you're not talking about me, I felt like that's why people had kind of brought her into this whole thing, not to represent me, but in case people happen to think that she does look like me or whatever. But I went through like three or four of her songs, and she did remind me of one girl who I like, and I was a little bit confused because I was like, do I like this girl? Do I not like this girl? I can't really quite work it out. She's probably a bit too skinny on that Miss President one, Mr. President one. I think she was a bit too skinny, and it doesn't look good when someone's a bit too skinny, like because it just looks unhealthy. But she looked good, but I think she looked a bit too skinny in that one. But I don't know. I didn't know what else to say. And then it was only afterwards when I was talking about that Troy Black person. He was really pissing me off, and he always does. 80% of the time I'm not watching music. I'm going through Christian videos just getting angry at how everyone's just trying to talk shit about me and saying lies and stuff, and there's nothing I can do to stop them or change their mind or get them to listen to me because they're too stuck in their own ways that they wouldn't. So it's very, very frustrating, but there's a lot of people that promote God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and principles or whatever. And it's just a very annoying saying, because it's like, I want you to fear me, and if you feared me, then you wouldn't be talking shit about me behind my back. You would actually be like, well, what happens if God doesn't feel this way? What happens if the Bible isn't the word of God? If you actually had real fear of God, you would fear that maybe you're doing things wrong, and you'd question your own actions, and I think you'd be smarter. So fear is something that is good, and I guess I never thought there would be an angel of fear, but because there's just that video that I made, he just was really pissing me off about this fear, and I'm thinking, I've got all these angels, I've got like 300 angels, surely one of them's got to have a touch to do with fear. And when I asked my spirit that question, I just her song from the you don't believe how you do it, me, my, oh my, that song came into my head, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to look at this girl's song. So I typed, I think I just about remembered her name, or I remember that she had Maya in her name, which again was another sign that maybe she should be someone I liked or something, but it was her surname, not her first name, so maybe that's a sign that I shouldn't like her. But I feel like I'm constantly questioning whether or not I like her or not. With Snow Wife and the other one, like I felt with Snow Wife, I guess it wasn't instant, because it was like, I really kind of like this, but then I also really don't kind of like it. Like I'm a bit confused. But yeah, with this one, I don't know how to take it. Or shadowing is really bad in this video. But yeah, and then I think she represents Angel of Grace, but it's kind of like a deceptive grace, because I don't think she's really that similar to me, nor is she similar to the friends that I have, although she does, in that video that I just found right now, where she's just talking, it's done in 2017, and she was just chatting, she reminds me of Sapphire, definitely. I think it's thought, you think about her a lot, but she's thinking about what she says, but I don't know how to describe it, but it's a certain way. Yeah, I don't think, I don't know if she's on my side or not, because maybe it's just a character. Maybe that's part of her character role, to be similar to me but to not actually be like me, as part of a sort of like deception. She does come off like a prostitute in a lot of her songs, and I don't want people thinking that I'm a prostitute, so therefore I don't really want people thinking that she's like me. Therefore, if she is different, great. But the thing I want to know is, does she support me, or does she support Jesus, or is she going to change if she knew? I don't know. And I've been thinking about that. But anyway, I don't know what to really say. I just know that I didn't actually feel like I worked out that she was Angel of Fear. I felt like I was told, which is different. You know, it's the same with the Facebook. Why I think he was, why I think he was Albert Einstein, and also Albert Einstein sounds like Frankenstein. And if I'm going to bring someone back to life, you know, Frankenstein. I feel like Albert Einstein was called that, and Frankenstein was called a similar kind of name to show that he would be someone that I would definitely choose. But yeah, when I come up with these ideas, I guess I ask something and then something comes into my head, something that feels random, like out of, you know, all the singers I could have come to, why would her song pop into my head straight after I asked this question, is there an Angel of Fear? And the fact that, you know, I didn't put that song in my head, but it felt like something else gave it. It felt like someone told me the answer, so I don't feel like I figured out the fact that she was Angel of Fear. I felt like I was told that she was that, and that's pretty much how I felt about thinking that Mark Zuckerberg was Albert Einstein. I don't feel like I figured it out. I feel like I was told, and yeah. And another thing I want to say is I was coming across the other one, which Angel of Inspiration and Motivation. I didn't get that last time. I think though last time I was just in maybe a more negative mood, and I was just feeling like I'm done or something. I don't know. Maybe I didn't know that name. That name kind of just came out of nowhere, and I hadn't really thought about it now. But yeah, I was thinking last week that it was probably one of the weaker names, and then I feel like wait there, that's a much stronger name, and haven't got an Angel of Motivation or Inspiration, which is strange because you would have thought that I would have had that. So I feel like it's now a much stronger name that he's got sort of two. But yeah, I was also inspired to talk about my idea about, you know, I how I'm doing what I'm doing on YouTube. I've created the playlists of all the different singers, with an angel title, and then like all the songs in a sort of certain order. Or, you know, I would love to have a streaming website where where the angels get named. It doesn't even have to be run by me. I mean, you can make it look like it's being run by me, but really it's run by like a group of people that I'm working with. But you know, I would like to have a streaming website, not for every singer, but just for the 300 singers that are on my list, where the name gets revealed, and then you have a place where you can go and actually download the songs. And because I have a huge amount of hatred towards YouTube, and because I'm constantly online looking at all these YouTube videos, and they're horrible, you know, they're insulting, they're people just saying shit, and you know, what can YouTube do? Can YouTube really take them off if on one hand these people are angering me, but on the other hand they're also inspiring me to say certain things, and the anger that I'm feeling is probably causing me to curse the world. But yeah, that's how it is with YouTube. You know, there's some really good things. I like watching the music videos free, and I have conversations through it, but I feel like I'm going mad doing this, and then I hate listening to Christian videos. But if I'm not listening to Christian videos, then I'm just alone in a house all day feeling like I can't go anywhere because this whole world is full of robots. And you know, that girl that I spoke to in the sauna yesterday, I told her that she had marks kind of really strongly here, like she'd been cutting herself and down here as well. And you know, I felt like she'd gone through a lot, and I felt like that was almost an incentive for me to try and tell her that I was God, because I thought she would care, because I thought maybe she was harming herself because she was depressed, and it would be interesting to let her know that the world is not what she thinks it is. But I don't know, I thought she was interested, but after like 5 minutes she kind of just said, sorry, I've got to go, my dad's driving, and then she kind of left. But it was very abrupt, and it was almost like she just didn't want to talk to me, or almost like she didn't really care. And yeah, I felt like a part of her was thinking, this isn't helping me, so I'm going to go. You know, like she was cutting herself because she was depressed, but also focused on her own needs and her own desire, and the possibility that she was sitting next to Christ, and that I was actually a God. And you know, I told her quite a lot, because she seemed to be responding and you know, not getting scared in a way. But yeah, I felt like part of me felt like she didn't care enough, because if she did care enough, she would have wanted to find out more information, and she didn't want to know any more information. And that's just how it is with people. I feel like I can't tell them because they're not going to care, and then I'm just going to get upset over how they don't care. And that's how I feel with everyone. So I feel like I'm a different species. People are just going to blank out everything I say the second I walk out. No one cares about anyone in this world, and I shouldn't expect them to care. That's how it feels. And got this weird clip of Ben Affleck slamming the door on Jennifer Lopez, and people being like, oh, that they've had an argument. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? The guy just opened the car door for her. I don't think a guy's ever opened a car door for me. And it's just something small like this, you know, these people were insulting him, saying this relationship is falling apart. But I would actually be like, just opened a car door for her. I mean, they obviously can't hate her that much. I don't think I've ever had a guy open a car door for me. So, or if I have, I don't remember it. And therefore, sometimes people can see something and just look at the negative and ignore all the positive. And some people's lives are just so shit that they could look at something negative and actually just be like, oh my God, that's better than any guy's treated me, even though he slammed the door afterwards. I've never had a guy open a door for me, or open a car door for me specifically. I think even my dad doesn't bother doing that. I think my dad would only open a car door for me if I've like got tons of bags, and I'm like, Nigel, can you open the door? Open the door. Yeah, I can't do it. And then I'm trying to like open it with my chin or something, and then he steps in. But that's about the only time he's ever opened a door for me. But yeah, that's, and then he would of course complain that I've got too much stuff in my hands. But yeah, it's just anyway. What I was saying is that YouTube, I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube. I don't know if it's the people that are running or if it's just the people that are making the videos. But I know that there's a lot of bad energy from there, and I don't like the singers because they've been doing things about me behind my back, but at the same time I'd rather the singers get the money than YouTube. So I like the idea of having some sort of streaming platform for just the singers, for just the people on my list. They can be on YouTube. I guess they need to be on YouTube right now, because otherwise I won't be able to get access to them myself. And there's just way too many of them, and even on the playlist, you know, I haven't got all the playlist songs on there. Often I find songs, but I can't add it to the playlist because there's too many playlists, and I find it hard to find the right playlist in this mixture of songs that I have, and sometimes I don't know, but it would be nice if it was better organized, where you actually had the like A to Z lyrics. They have, you know, A to Z, page A, page B, and then you have the list of all the singers, and then you click on it, and then you can see all the albums. When you list the A to Z program, it says you know, album 1, and it has the list of the songs, and album 2, you know, list of the songs, and you know, that's how I think it should be. But I know that there are a lot of songs that people have done when it comes to mixing with, like, ones that aren't on an album. Aren't but just kind of like loose, you know. There's that Benny Bronco, I was finding some random songs that were kind of all over the place and were on different channels and stuff, and I would like I would like to set up a streaming channel where you have just you have all the singers in maybe alphabetical order or something, and you can click on it, and then you have the page, and it says the Angel name at the top, and then has, you know, album 1, and you can click on it, and then you have the different songs, and you can see which ones have music videos, which ones don't, and then you actually pay to watch it or something, and of course the artist gets the money. And I don't care about money. Money doesn't mean anything to me, but if people are going to get it, I'd rather the artists get it than YouTube, because I have so much hatred towards YouTube but they're not really making that much, because a lot of it is all free and on there anyway. But if I'm going to be calling them angels, you know, there's going to be a lot of religious people who ignored the music and ignored the songs and had no interest in it whatsoever, because they're only interested in whatever they wanted to be interested in. But yeah, if I'm going to be calling them names, people are going to start taking more interest in their songs, because they're going to be like, oh, this is, Angel of Fun. I want to see if this is the Angel of Fun. would I be willing to pay 20p for all these for like 20 of her songs? Yes, they would, because people put a lot of money in religion. When you go to the church, there's some people that give £50 a week or something to their local church because they believe that it's I want to end Christianity, and if people want to put money in religion, I would rather they put it into the songs, buying the songs for 20p each or whatever. I don't know how much they're going to sell for. I guess it's up to the artist, but I guess however much you can sell it while still selling them. If you're not getting that, if people are not buying it, then you'd have to lower the price. But if a lot of people are buying it, then you can raise the price. So I guess that the price of the song could actually depend on the demand of the song. But yeah, how I would have it is that you'd have the thousands of angels on the sort of full angel list, and then as the birthdays go, you have to get people to go on YouTube, or just go on the free, the cheap, or the subscription, either the free or the subscription, is that the word, page, to try and work out and guess what the angel name is. And then you reveal the angel name, but then you kind of hold it back and say, right, this is the angel name. If you want to watch these videos to see if you agree with this angel name, or to agree what God could be saying through these songs, you have to go online and actually pay for it. If you want to do something like that, I don't care. That's fine. I think that the artist would be more will benefit more from it, and the producers or the production company would. I mean, this is how I would. You make music to sell. You don't do it for free. And I think right now there are loads and loads of songs that I'm surprised that they can make money from it, and they could probably only make money from the shows and stuff. But I think that would be a good idea, getting the singers that are on my list to be on a sort of angel platform, and then you can sort of pay for the songs. You have to maybe subscribe and then pay 20p, and you can either download the song and listen to it in your own time, or you can play it. Like YouTube are very good at blocking if you're posting other videos with copyright content. YouTube have got some sort of very good way of preventing that from going online, which is very annoying if you want to put if you just want to sing randomly to a song and then you find that it gets blocked because it's copyright or something. I'm just singing to a song, why can't I post that? But yeah, YouTube can, if you wanted to stop these things from going on YouTube, I think you can, and you can put them somewhere else where you get people to actually. I think the idea with it would be to get people into the idea of paying for a song and actually valuing the money. I think if you pay for something, you actually value it a lot more. So if you've paid 20-30p for a song, I think you'd appreciate it a lot more. Whereas if everything is just free online, then you could be more tempted to feel kind of angry towards it, or just take it for granted. Like, I know that's how I feel. Like I'm having conversations with the songs, and I could just talk to more and more and more songs, and in a way it's easy to forget that a lot of time and a lot of effort have gone into these songs, and I'm just acting like it's just, sometimes I don't even listen to the song because I feel like it's draining my energy, and I listen to 20 seconds, a minute of it, and then go on to the next one. And it's very easy to take advantage of songs because of that. And well, I can take advantage of them because I feel like I'm inspiring, or at least my higher self is, or something. But other people, I don't want other people to take advantage of these songs, and I feel like they're going to very easily do that if it's free. So I support the idea of there being a channel where you can only watch these songs if you pay for it. When it comes to the singers that are not on my angel list, then I don't care. They probably, I want to focus on the ones that I do connect with, and therefore I think I'd want to have a streaming platform with only the ones on my list. So if I'm going to be exposing them on their birthdays for a year and 2 months, how I would have it is that I'd probably have all the pages set up, but only on their birthday will it go live, and that's when you can pay for it. But yeah, before that you can have like a guessing game where you go on the sort of the subscription platforms or on YouTube or something to try and figure out their angel name. And then after the angel name has been revealed, that might be a good idea to make them a lot harder to get, make him pay for it. You know, if you didn't realize that this person was an angel, like I don't know how the game should go. I'm thinking about how the game should go, but I'm thinking you should expose the full angel list, and then day by day do some sort of vote on which angels should get involved in the sacrifice. I don't even know, because I don't even know if this sacrifice thing I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen because I'm seeing evidence on it in every song, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what you're planning, but that's one thing how I think it should be. It should be, make it seem like you have no clue what's going to happen each day, but on the birthdays of the people you want to expose. So if there's like 2,000 singers, you have the list of all the birthdays, all 2,000 of them, and then you just try and make it look like the public have chosen which ones get involved. Which I don't know. Maybe that's how I should play. I don't know. But I know that I know which ones are on my list. Ludacris was one of the ones I didn't really want on my list, but I have seen a few good songs today and yesterday that has made me feel like he should be on my list. And yeah, I said it in the page, so I don't need to say it again. But yeah, I like the idea. I think it is that I hate the world, and I like the idea of the world spending money on shit. And because these songs seem all positive and nice if you give them a nice name, and then if you give the negative name, suddenly the songs seem all sick and disgusting. But I like the idea of people paying for lies. Basically, you want to believe this is the angel of fun, well, pay to watch the songs, pay to, you know, I want the public to spend as much money as possible. Why? Because the more the public spend, the poorer they get, and the richer the singers get. And if the singers have been helping my higher self, then I think the singers deserve it. Or the producers who I don't even know if the singers know. That's the thing. I don't even know if the singers know about me. But I know the producers or the record companies or whoever's doing this, you know, I know someone's got to give a shit about me. And I like the idea of them making lots and lots of money, and the public that is just being deceived and not caring about me and chasing after the angels and the songs rather than me. You know, I like the idea of them just... It's that Run It Up song, that Power by Sierra. Run it up, run it up, run it up. I just think I think of Run It Up and I think of cash and money, spend money, spend money and spend money. And I like the idea of getting people hooked on buying songs to find out this is the angel name. We've got to find out what this song is and how this does this song connect, does this song connect, does this song connect? And then also whilst also listening, maybe there could be something underneath it that talks about how the positive name links to that song or links to it. I mean, that would be interesting to have all the songs and then have a little bit description underneath of how the positive name... I won't be able to write all this because there's way too many songs, so I'd need a bunch of ghost writers who can write up, you know, because I know that there's positive and negative, but right now at the beginning we're just gonna expose the positive. But if you get all the positive, all the things that link to the positive name, and then write it underneath the different songs, that way you might encourage people to buy the songs. Whereas right now I don't think people are interested in many of the songs because there's so many out there that people, if the artist took their songs down, people would just be like, oh, I just won't listen to them because there's plenty of others. But if I start revealing them as angels, you know, suddenly their songs are more appealing, I guess, and people are going to start running it up, hopefully. But I like the idea of them just spending lots and lots of money to try and figure out all these amazing things, even though it's a little bit deceptive, a lot of them.